Hi there. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to this week's edition of Just for Today. I'm a little tired today, I'm not going to lie. Last night at 2:30, my dog, Chip, the vicious golden doodle that he is, decided to start barking. Wouldn't shut up, so I went down and I said, "Okay, what's going on?" And he was just barking. Then all of a sudden, I thought I had him calm down. He went ballistic, like turned into totally what? Alarm, 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 alarm. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I look out the window and my God, there was a beautiful, not just a deer, it was this buck with these horns, and he just stood there majestically, and he kind of looked at Chip like, you got a problem? Because I don't have a problem here. So I was just like Chip, I'm like, oh my God, look at that. Holy mackerel. And I was just in awe. And so Chippy, of course, was wanting to, chew through the door to get to this thing, because I don't know if he thought it was going to be something to play with, or if he actually, we debate whether he would actually play with it or try to chase it. We are pretty sure, him being the big stuffed animal that he is, he would probably just want to chase it around and play with it. But my point of this is, yeah, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and it was an inconvenience. But look what I got in return. I got to witness this beautiful creature walking through my yard. And I was like, that's sometimes, I think that's kind of how God works sometimes. We don't really plan on things happening, but God makes sure we're present where we need to be, when we need to be. God said, Chip, guess what? I'm going to give your mom a real treat here. I'm going to show her this beautiful sign of nature right in your front yard. You don't want to miss this. Wake her up. And I'm so glad I got to see that. Now, it took a little while to calm Chippy down after that, but we eventually did that. And that's the thing with your higher power, and what I'm learning with my higher power is, never underestimate my higher power, who I choose to call God. You can choose to call it whatever you want. Buddha, Allah, God, Neil Diamond, Elvis, whoever your higher power is, it's up to you. But it's just that power greater than yourself that's keeping you sober today, that's keeping you clean today, that's helping you stay away from whatever it is that wants to kill you out there. This weekend, we actually went to Charleston, South Carolina. Probably not the best idea for Labor Day weekend because a hurricane was on the way, but we didn't realize how close it was. Originally, I had planned on staying in this nicer hotel in a closer part of town, but we were bringing Chip with us, and it was very expensive, and there was like $100 pet fee, and I'm like, ugh. So I found a lower-rated hotel with less stars and a smaller pet fee, an extended stay, that we ended up staying at. And I was starting to regret that decision because it didn't seem like the safest part of town. And I said, well, it didn't seem to have the best clientele there. There was a reason it was an extended stay. But we were there, and I said, okay, well, it's, we're only going to be in the hotel for a little bit. Turned out we needed to be there. God put us there for a reason, I'm sure. Because I told the lady that we were a therapy dog team, because we are. And last year, actually, when the hurricanes hit, Chip and I went up to Swansboro to do some therapy dog work. And we wanted to go help the hurricane victims. We ended up helping the Allstate agents because they were so stressed out. And really, I was like, this is more for the Allstate agents, because they just loved on them. And they were like, oh, thank you, Chip, thank you. Just that little bit of comfort. And that was kind of the same case this way, because on the last day we were there, the front desk lady was just super stressed out, and she was sitting there talking to this guy, this veteran in a wheelchair. And as I was leaving, I was like, hey, do you want to say hi to Chippy? She goes, oh, I need to. And she came out, and she gave Chippy the biggest hug and rub, and she's just like, oh, thank you, Chippy, thank you. And it turns out that they were evacuating the extended stay. And there are residents who live there, like homeless veterans were going to be put out because of this evacuation. And she had to be the messenger to tell them, hey, pack up, you got to be out of here by noon, which is never fun. And it was frightful to everybody. So we got to be of service to her, but also I sat outside in the front with Chippy. I said, "Okay, we're here for a reason, God. We're gonna do our work." So we sat outside in the front lobby just to give comfort to the people coming by, and it was magical for a lot of these people. That you could see it really helped out with the stress and what they were dealing with, and just being able to pet a dog is so calming. And I'm the second part of the therapy dog team, so I kind of get to sit through and talk to the people and reassure them and let them know God's got them. It's going to be okay. Just for today, it's going to be okay. We're going to get you out of here. Just do what you got to do. And the important thing is that you're going to be safe, because you're not going to be safe here if you were to stay. So they had to get you out. And it was good. It was good until the one guy came charging through screaming, F this, F that, F this, F that. I was like, oh boy, I got to get out of here quick. He wasn't in the mood for any sort of therapy dog. And at that point, it became time for us to say, okay, pack up, got to go. We love you. I let her know if they needed us to come back after, we would come back. But that's the thing is, service is such a big part of this whole deal that I made with God when I went into recovery. And I didn't realize how important service was at the time. I remember my sponsor telling me to get a commitment. I'm like, get a commitment? What? Okay. And so I was scared of getting too many. I was like, well, am I qualified? Do I need to fill out an application or anything to go get books from? Like, no, just go do it. I'm like, okay. But being the good alcoholic that I am, I got a little fear of commitments, and that was good. The service commitment kept me accountable. I needed to be where I needed to be. I needed to make sure the books were stocked, and I didn't want to let my group down no matter what. My 12-step group was depending on me to make sure we had books in stock. And plus it gave me a sense of self-esteem too, because I was giving back. I was giving back to something that was given so freely to me. And I get to be of service today, and I love that part of the program. It's an important part of the program, out of self into service. I say it's the secret of service is, it takes any sort of pride I might have, blows it away. Any sort of self-pity I might have, any fear I might have. I was on a plane one time, terrified to fly, because every time I hop on a plane, I think it's going down. And what am I going to do? So one day we got really bad turbulence, and I saw the lady next to me freaking out. I turned to her, I was like, yeah, it's going to be okay. You a little nervous? And I was able to talk her out of her anxiety by being of service to her. And that's kind of how it works with the addict and the alcoholic and the person trying to stay sober today or get clean today. It's you get out of yourself. You start to be able to comfort others, like it says in the St. Francis prayer, the 11th step prayer. Seek to comfort rather than to be comforted. And that's the beauty of it. So today I'm going to seek to comfort rather than be comforted. I'm going to pray for all of those going through the hurricane right now. I know it's a scary time. Trust in God. Lots of times people want to blame God for tragedies, but I say, God's not in the tragedy. God cries with us. God's there. God's in the hands of those people handing out the water, going into those deserted, the first responders. That's God. That's God at work. Storms are going to happen, and we don't want them to happen, but when they do, God's there, and God's got us. Just for today, He's going to take care of us. I fully believe that. So I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful day. Remember, just for today, you can do anything. You can do anything, especially stay away from that first drink no matter what, because it doesn't fix anything. And you're going to be just fine just for today. I'll see you next week. Bye.